A fragile peace, the Iraqi government and armed factions. The Iraqi government is walking a tightrope. It is desperately trying to maintain a fragile peace. These groups, often with differing ideologies and goals, pose a significant challenge to the government's authority. The situation is made even more complex by the involvement of external actors. These actors, with their own agendas, add another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The Iraqi government faces an uphill battle. It must balance the demands of these armed groups. At the same time, it needs to assert its sovereignty and maintain national security. Any miscalculation could lead to a resurgence of violence. This violence could plunge the country back into chaos. The government's ability to navigate these divisions is key to its long-term stability and peace. Origins of a truce. Seeking stability in a volatile region, the truce between the Iraqi government and the armed factions was born out of necessity. It was a desperate attempt to quell the violence that was tearing the country apart. The agreement, while fragile, offered a glimmer of hope. It was a chance for the country to begin healing after years of conflict. The truce was never intended as a permanent solution. It was a stepping stone. The truce aimed to create breathing room. This space would allow for dialogue and reconciliation. The hope was that through dialogue, the underlying issues fueling the conflict could be addressed. However, the path to peace is rarely straightforward. Voices of dissent, grievances of the armed factions. The armed factions operating in Iraq are not a monolithic entity. They are a diverse collection of groups. Each group has its own set of motivations, ideologies, and grievances. Understanding these grievances is crucial. It is essential for understanding the complexities of the situation in Iraq. One of the primary grievances of these groups is the issue of governance. Many feel marginalized and excluded from the political process. They view the government as corrupt and unresponsive to their needs. This lack of representation and opportunity fuels resentment. Another major point of contention is the presence of foreign forces in Iraq. Addressing this issue in a way that satisfies all parties will be crucial for achieving lasting peace in Iraq. Section 4. The US factor, a catalyst for peace or discord. The United States has been a major player in Iraq for decades. Its influence on the country's political and security landscape is undeniable. However, the US's role in Iraq is a subject of intense debate. Some view the US as a stabilizing force, while others see it as a source of instability. The US's military intervention in Iraq in 2003 had far-reaching consequences. The intervention led to the overthrow of Saddam Hussein's regime. However, it also created a power vacuum. This vacuum contributed to the rise of sectarian violence and the emergence of groups like ISIS. The US has since tried to recalibrate its role in Iraq. However, the US's presence in Iraq remains a contentious issue. Section 5. Eruptions of violence, testing the limits of peace. The truce between the Iraqi government and the armed factions has always been tenuous. It has been punctuated by sporadic outbreaks of violence. These outbreaks serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of the peace. They highlight the challenges in achieving a lasting resolution to the conflict. Recent attacks targeting US interests in Iraq have further escalated tensions. These attacks, often attributed to Iran-backed militia groups, underscore the volatile security situation. They demonstrate the challenges in maintaining stability in the region. The Iraqi government has condemned these attacks and pledged to bring the perpetrators to justice. However, the attacks have strained relations between the US and Iran. They underscore the need for a comprehensive and inclusive approach to peace building. Section 6. The road ahead. Challenges to peace and stability. The road ahead for Iraq is fraught with challenges. The country faces a multitude of interconnected issues. These issues threaten its stability and impede its path to peace. The fragile truce between the government and armed factions hangs in the balance. Maintaining this truce will require delicate diplomacy and a commitment to dialogue. The Iraqi government must navigate a complex web of internal and external pressures. It needs to balance the demands of various factions while maintaining its sovereignty and upholding the rule of law. The international community has a crucial role to play in supporting Iraq's journey towards peace. However, it is ultimately up to the Iraqi people to determine their own future. The path to peace will be long and arduous, but with sustained effort, a more stable and prosperous future for Iraq is within reach.